For more on tonight's topic now is Bob Smith, Director of Public Safety for Manatee County, and Ron Schulhofer, Director of Public Works in Manatee County. Thank you both for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
So in some ways, even though you're public safety or public works, different worlds, but you've got the same issues, and that is a lack of money. Is there a way to do this without raising taxes? Bob?
You know, the biggest concern for us is having bodies that we can put into service. We have a growth in the population of the county, and we have a very defined staffing level right now that needs to grow with that growth. So anything that we can do to find funding that would allow us to hire additional personnel to meet that need, we should be exploring.
You'd think with the increasing home values, we've done pretty well in Manatee County since the recession, with the values going up, income, revenue for the county is up as well. Isn't there some money coming in?
Yes, there is. It did rise a bit, and there's money coming in, but it's not sufficient. You can't solve this with ad valorem tax.
Okay.
We need another revenue source is exactly what we need. Yesterday at the budget session where the board set the trim rate, County Administrator Ed Hunsinger was clear and they talked about it. What if the half-cent sales tax doesn't pass? The two options: cut services or raise taxes.
Cutting services sounds bad enough in your situation, public works. Cutting services and public safety takes on a whole other dimension. People watching don't want to have a lesser chance of being responded to if they call 911. Are people being protected right now, Bob, in Manatee County with their emergency needs?
They are. We've become, not just in public safety and public works, but across the county, the departments have become masters of doing more with less. We've been able to maximize our existing resources. That's helped us meet some of this need, but at some point we'll have to address it at the larger level. Call volumes for EMS, for 911 are escalating with the growth in population. We're meeting the needs now, but we need to start looking long term. Will we be able to meet those needs a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? And at this point, the only way we'll do that is if we have an additional revenue stream besides property taxes.
So you are putting all your hopes on this half-penny sales tax that the voters will decide in November. Would that be enough, though, Ron?
Yes.
Okay, so that could solve all this?
Well, it's a good start. I'll tell you how this works. We've identified over 139 projects in public works that we will help benefit the community. I mean, there's roads, bicycle lanes, sidewalks, street lighting, which makes neighborhood safer. And that was highlighted by Commissioner Smith just a few months ago, talking with Sheriff Stubbe. We can take those dollars that we currently use as operating dollars and use them otherwise. So this half-cent sales tax gives us an opportunity for a new revenue stream. We don't have all of our eggs in one basket, which is ad valorem or gas tax. And that's pretty much what Public Works lives off of, and grant funding for the transit system.
Now, you both are on the same side of the coin here, obviously. You're both department heads in Manatee County, and you're both looking for more money. But let me play the devil's advocate now. I'll be the libertarian here in the bunch and say, I bet you I could go through your budget and find plenty of room to cut, plenty of fat. What would you say to that, Bob?
I would say you're probably not alone in having that opinion, and that was one of the benefits to having this Citizens Advisory Board established that brought citizens unaffiliated with county government and county leadership to do just that, to look at other ways to fund these projects. And one of the first things they did was to go through the budget to see, are there any areas that we could cut? And what they found was, no, there are not areas that we can cut, that we are, again, doing more with less, and we're maximizing every dollar we've got now. And it just didn't exist. So that wasn't coming from county government employees or county leadership. That was coming from citizens who were assembled to do just that.
And did your budget have the same scrutiny?
Yes, it did. It did.
And they found no place to cut?
No, we actually got to go in and brief and talk to the Citizens Committee, and they understood our dilemma. And I'll highlight the fact that we're both residents there as well, so it's our money as well. So.
Are your hands tied to an extent when it comes to salaries and pensions? You can't touch some things, can you?
That's correct. We cannot. There's benefits. you know, we have 1,700 employees in the different paid classes, and that's scrutinized, but there's just no dollars to throw more money at the problem. We have to have another revenue stream.
So if you were to think outside the box and just be ultra creative for a moment here, just play along. Besides raising taxes and a half-cent penny sales tax, is there anything else? If you were king for a day of Manatee County, what suggestion might you have to do this?
You know, I really, having seen the amount of work that was put into this, specifically by that Citizens Advisory Board, and the in-depth research and all of the options they explored and all the different avenues they went down to find an alternative revenue stream, I would be confident in saying there isn't one. That every option that would be available to Manatee County government was explored by that group exhaustively, and this was their final solution, their final recommendation, and I think it's the right one.
Okay, I'm going to lob you a trick question here. You don't have to answer explicitly. As residents of Manatee County and taxpayers of Manatee County, do you witness bloated budgets in other departments that you wish you could say, boy, I'd certainly cut that if I could? You don't have to tell me where, because you have to work with these people. But are you witnessing some fat elsewhere in Manatee County government?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
And I'm going to tell you that because we're a pretty tight group. We meet every Wednesday, and we talk about the things that we go through, the dilemmas we go through. Everybody's facing the same issues. Everybody has the same personnel problems, you know, recruiting and retaining folks. As the economy improves, people go find another 50 cents an hour, $1 an hour. We just don't have the revenue to match those. I haven't seen any waste in the other departments, and I know that sounds like an insider talking about the insiders, but we're a pretty tight group, and we really share with each other if we have issues and concerns, and they have the same concerns we do.
Care to be bold on this one, Bob?
I'd have to agree with Ron. I think, and even if we did, there are 360,000 residents of the county that are continuously scrutinizing the operations, the budget, the funding that's available, because it's their dollars, it's their money, and at the end of the day, every decision we make, we have to justify to them. So I think we've got 360,000 people that are keeping a close eye on us and would let us know if that was happening.
Now, Ron, I was surprised to see that as Director of Public Works, you're also in charge of the Manatee County Area Transit.
That's correct.
Is that common for Public Works to take care of transit?
No, I don't think it's common. I've talked to a lot of the other public directors around the state, and it's not that common. We were about 340 folks in '07, lost 65 people, went down to about 280. Some other things had to change because the recession got a good grip on us and was holding on with the whole nation, and we were right with them. So a lot of departments had to consolidate, and that's when I picked up the MCAT transit services.
Out of curiosity, in most counties, who handles rapid area transit, rather?
Normally, they're their own authority, their own taxing authority. Separately. There's some places like Sarasota, it's in Sarasota's government as well, Sarasota under the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay.
But most larger areas have their own taxing authority.
All right, very good. Well, Bob and Ron, thank you both for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed talking to you and hearing more about the situation in Manatee County. We'll be talking to you again very shortly, hopefully.